Okay, hello, hello, hello. It's Diana Carrero, the ARK Lady, coming to you live from the Central Coast of California. I thought I would say a coffee chat, but I've had enough coffee today already. Had an amazing walk along the coast and jumped in the sea, so I call it a good day. So those are some of the things that I like to do. I'm just wondering what you're up to. If you're watching live right now and you see a prompt, click OK to access StreamYard so that you can comment and I will see those. If you're elsewhere, hello, and you can also comment down below. So I wanted to just touch base because the holidays are kind of hectic, and I call it holidays, DAZE, because it's navigating like the sea. The sea's been super turbulent the last few days until today. And so tossed by the waves, slapped in the face by the surface chop because of the onshore winds, super cold water, kelp, like all the things. And one of the things I like to do is talk about some of the things that come to mind when I am in the ocean and kind of observing all kinds of things like other swimmers. So the other day I went in, it was super crazy. There was a lot of drift kelp. That's when the kelp gets ripped up by the storm surge and is floating around. It's still alive and you never know what's going on. And I am a kelp girl. I always say hello to the kelp that's growing because we've lost our kelp forest further out. And I'm so thrilled with the few strands that are anchored excuse me, in the close to shore, actually inside the buoy line and near the pier. And I always say hello and take the fronds and kind of rub them. And the kelp is really a lot warmer than the water surrounding it and takes its nutrients from it. But I should know better than to do that because sometimes I pick up a hitchhiker. And so on Thanksgiving Day, I had an isopod. They're related to the roly polies. They're actually in the family on the lineage of crustaceans like crabs. And this one was tiny and green and jumped on my arm from the kelp and wouldn't go. They kind of like to hang out with me. My fellow swimmers are always laughing because the animals come in to say hi to me a lot. And some of them get really disturbed by that, meaning the humans. And for me, I'm really curious. And once in a while, it gives me pause. Like when I had the great white encounter or the big bull sea lion came in stealth mode and popped up right in front of me and went blue in my face. And I went, hi. Those kinds of things happen. But most of the time, I'm really curious and delighted that there's a sea creature that I can look at and connect with and figure out what it is. So this was pretty small, looked like an eelgrass uh, isopod. So they're green and kind of cool. So I should post some of the pictures up on my Facebook page, the Ark Lady, like Noah's Ark, the Ark Lady. But but it was interesting because as I was curious and he was really clinging and crawling down my arm and his feet were really kind of like pinchers clasping so he didn't get knocked off by the moving water, right? And then another one of the swimmers was horrified and was going, ew, you know what? How can you stand it? I would blah, 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 blah. So I thought it was funny because we all have different reactions to different things. And the holidays for me can be rough. My family doesn't live in California anymore. I'm the central coast of California on Monterey Bay. They live in the South. And so I don't often spend holidays with them. I spend holidays alone. And so I've come up with some different options to keep me happy and keep me healthy during the holidays, which can be turbulent like the waves. for instance, my youngest sister was killed by a drunk driver back in 2018, and her birthday was this last week. And so sometimes when you have those anniversary dates, it really creates some heartache or maybe depression or grieving or something. Maybe you just don't feel right and you're not always even cognizant of it. So I was pretty cognizant of that. And when those kinds of things come up for me, I'm like, what can I do to keep myself occupied and happy? And usually it's going in the ocean and going into nature, but also going into service. So the other thing I went and did was to go and volunteer at the Monterey Bay Aquarium and Point Lobos State National Reserve in Carmel, which is like the crown jewel of all the California state parks. Just a stunning place. It's a reserve, so the priority there is to keep the habitat of the plants and animals in the best condition for them, and we're all guests in that area. But it's interacting with other people who may be there because they don't have family and they wanted something to do, which was the case of some of the people I met at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, or maybe they are just here on vacation, on holiday, and want to be out having adventures. And that was certainly the case at Point Lobos. So I just wanted to remind you, if you're navigating some of those turbulent waters in this next month that is filled with winter holidays, no matter what type you celebrate, is just remember to make some self-care plans for yourself. Create some rituals that might give you some stability. For me, I've been doing something I call gratitude greetings. And so that is when you see someone, they say, hello, how are you doing? You say, hello, I'm really grateful for being able to get out in nature today and seeing a juvenile white-tailed kite and seeing a big raft of otters and some sea lions going out to hunt and the wind blowing in my hair and jumping in the sea with my community buddy, the otter, kind of looking at me going, why are all these other people here right now? Right? So I'm grateful that I have that opportunity, and sitting in that space kind of shifts you out of maybe thinking other thoughts that aren't so uplifting. And I'm hoping that I can also turn it around and say, and you, what are you grateful for today? And see if you can shift the conversations from going, oh, I hate the holidays, or oh, I have so much to do, or oh, I'm overwhelmed, and that kind of thing. And also remember to breathe. We all tend to hold our breaths, and just like the sound of the waves, you breathe in and breathe out. And there's a phone call. And who is it? It's my sister. So I will say bye for now. Happy holidays. And please connect with me online. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye for now.